Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, then subscribe if you want more videos on being your authentic self and creating your dream life. So today we're going to be talking about confidence. I'm going to share a couple of great tips with you guys that have really helped me to go from my anxious, insecure, social anxiety phase into finding more of my own and allowing myself to be more of my authentic self. I used to think that confidence was just being super outgoing, or it's just having a certain personality or acting a certain way. However, that is absolutely not the case, and I think that having real confidence is not necessarily walking into the room being the superstar or being the loudest one or the most outgoing. I think it's walking into a room being absolutely okay with yourself and just being in harmony with who you are. If you want to just kind of keep to yourself and be quiet, then you're allowing yourself to do that and you're loving yourself and you're feeling okay with doing that. And it's making a mistake or going through like a so-called failure, but still loving yourself and believing in yourself and still having a peace of mind and knowing that you're enough. Just having that kind of quiet, peaceful awareness that you are enough and you are allowing and accepting of your authentic self. That confidence is really just a state of mind. And if you're going to be constantly telling yourself that you're going to feel confident when you dress a certain way, or when you change your nose, or when you have a certain lifestyle, then you're going to be chasing confidence for the rest of your life. It's a state of mind and something that has to happen within, and then the outside will reflect what you feel on the inside. If you are feeling a little insecure about something, some areas in your life, I think that the first thing that you should look at is, are you doing those things because you genuinely want to be doing them, or are you acting a certain way because that's genuinely who you are? Or are you doing them because you think that it looks good when other people do it, or you think that that's how a confident person should act, or that's a confident person should do. And I think it's really important to analyze that, because sometimes when we feel a little bit uncomfortable, you might confuse that with being insecure or not having enough confidence, when in reality it's just your soul telling you that you're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing or what you genuinely want to be doing. And so I think that's the first thing to analyze. For example, maybe if you're naturally a pretty quiet person, you're trying extra hard to be super outgoing because you think that's what you should do, but it brings you so much discomfort and unhappiness, well then maybe that's something that you should look at, and instead of forcing yourself to act that way, you should just instead accept the way that you genuinely want to act. And this is different for everyone. There are certain things that we should work on and improve on if that's what we really want to do, or we think that that's who we genuinely are and just insecurity is keeping us away from that. But sometimes we do feel discomfort when we're not being our authentic selves. And so I think it's important to first analyze that and understand if you really are just not feeling accepting of yourself, or are you doing something that's not even yours to begin with. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, confidence is a mindset. It's something that starts in your head, and it might seem a little annoying because it might seem like it's easier to change something on the outside that you think is going to make you feel confident, but in reality, when you accept the fact that it's all a mindset and it's all in your head, then you give yourself that power and control that's actually going to allow you to make those changes that are gonna change your life. So I think it's super important to understand that having confidence is not necessarily a personality trait, and it's not something that you're just either born with or you're not. We are all born confident, self-loving, accepting. I've never met an insecure toddler. That is our natural state of being, the state of well-being and confidence and just happiness and potential and just allowing things to be and accepting them. That's our natural state. And of course, things happen in our lives that kind of layer on these layers of insecurity. And a lot of the time it's things that you might not even think that would actually affect you, like a parent said something to you when you were like 8, and all of a sudden that shifted your perspective on yourself and just sits with you to this very day, and you might not even realize it. So basically the way that we view ourselves is a combination of our inner beliefs. A lot of the time it's things that were said to us when we were younger, either intentionally or unintentionally. Certain events that we went through. We might have been rejected by someone when we were younger, or we failed at something, and then all of a sudden that's stuck with us, and we think that that's just who we are, when in reality that is just one thing that happened once upon a time, but for some reason it's just so engraved in your head that you think that that's just who you are and you can't change that. However, that's the first step in finding your confidence and accepting yourself. What you are right now is just certain habits and beliefs that you were practicing for years. And just because it's something that happened in the past doesn't mean that that's who you are now. And so the first step is to accept that, is to understand that, and start analyzing those beliefs that are keeping you away from feeling confident. The next time you're feeling insecure, try to analyze what it is that you're thinking. How are you feeling? What are the thoughts that are going through your head? And most likely you're going to be able to kind of come to the core of what's really making you feel this insecure, why you have this perspective on yourself. And after you start to understand what those things are, start neutralizing them and start choosing thoughts and new beliefs and practicing new habits that are more beneficial to you and that are closer to who you actually want to be. And this doesn't happen overnight. I mean, the things that you believe in right now, you've practiced for years. So don't put the pressure on yourself to change yourself within like a day. It's going to take time, but with consistency, with constantly being aware of what it is that you're thinking, how it is that you're viewing yourself, and then kind of allowing it and neutralizing it and choosing a better feeling thought and a better feeling belief and just practicing it consistently, you're gonna start changing your mindset, and it's gonna start reflecting on the outside as well. And oftentimes people just see us the way that we allow them to see us. So if you think that you're super insecure and you don't know how to do anything, you know, and you're this and you're that, that's kind of what you project, and that's how other people view you. So by you changing the way that you view yourself will also allow other people to see you in a different light. Something else that has really helped me to feel more confident in social situations. This is something that I started doing a couple of years ago, and it really helped me to deal with social anxiety, and that's kind of where my motto, "Be Free," came to be. I was a part of this one project, and every time I would come in and I would be surrounded by the amazing actors and performers that were a part of the project, I would feel so just insecure for whatever reason, you know, and I would really want to talk to everyone and socialize, but there was just something that was just pushing me down, and this like cloud of self-hatred would come upon me, and I would feel just so unworthy and so incapable of doing anything because I couldn't get myself to just act natural and just talk to the people that I want to talk to. After a couple of weeks of feeling like that, I just decided that it's just not worth it, that it's causing me so much pain to just resist myself so much that I'm just gonna go in there, and I just set an intention to just be free. And by doing that, I would just accept the way that I feel and not push myself to need to act a certain way, but instead just allow myself to go through the things that I need to go through, just allow for things to unfold as they are. That made a major change. From the first day that I set that intention, I went in there and I felt so much calmer, and you know, I still couldn't really force myself to say the things that I wanted to say, you know, to those people, but I felt so much more comfortable with myself, and every day it became easier and easier, and I would just tell myself, go in and be free. Don't let yourself be jailed by those thoughts that you're not good enough or that you have to act a certain way. Yes, I wanted to be a little more outgoing, and that was something that I was working on, but while I was working, I was allowing myself to feel what it is that I was feeling without beating myself up. And by basically telling myself to stop trying to be confident, I slowly started to gain more confidence because I accepted the way that I was feeling, and I kind of neutralized the situation in a way, and that made me feel more comfortable within myself, more comfortable within the environment, and slowly I started opening up to people. I started to seem more approachable because I didn't have these like brick walls around me that were keeping everyone out, slowly kind of the insecurity in the situation started to melt away. And so this is something that I really, really recommend, especially in social situations. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is to stop trying to be confident and to stop trying to be outgoing, and instead accept yourself for whatever it is that you're feeling right now and allow those emotions to pass through you. And that kind of helps to really neutralize your state and neutralize the situation, and helps you to kind of build from there in a more effortless, natural way. I just like to tell myself, just be you and be free, and just kind of allow yourself to feel what you feel and allow things to kind of unfold as they should. Another great tip for feeling more confident about yourself is doing what you love and finding your passion and trying to do it and practice it as much as possible. When we're doing something that we believe in, that we're excited about, it just exudes so much light energy and excitement and happiness. It just makes you so much more beautiful and authentic, and just so much more attractive to other people as well. So doing something that you really love, that you're really passionate about, it helps you to build on that self-love and excitement and just that bright energy and just confidence in general. But try your best to do what you really enjoy as much as possible. It really helps to build confidence and helps you to understand that you are worth it, that you are strong, that you're capable, and just helps you to feel better about yourself in general. And before I started school, when I was little, my dad gave me the most amazing advice that stuck with me just throughout my life. And he said that if anyone is laughing at me or making fun of me or bullying me, instead of allowing myself to feel sad about it, instead try to find humor in the situation and just laugh it off. If someone is saying something mean to me, I'll just kind of laugh at it and just let it be. Like, don't let it get to me. And that was said to me when I was like 6 or 7 probably, and it just stuck with me throughout my whole life. And I've noticed that having a good sense of humor about things in general really helps me to get through a lot of stressful situations and just kind of see myself in a lighter way. Just having a good sense of humor and just being a little more easygoing is so helpful. And the people that I know that stress the least about things have amazing sense of humors, and that just allow things not to affect them as much. Like, yes, you might still be sensitive, and yes, you might still feel insecure about things, but it just doesn't weigh down on you as much as it might if you do take everything so personal and so seriously. So try to kind of find humor in everything and within yourself, and allow yourself to laugh at yourself in a healthy way. And if someone is saying something mean to you, well, then don't take it to heart. Instead, be like, okay, yeah, sure. Just kind of laugh it off, because by doing that, you're not draining your energy as much. You're just kind of neutralizing it and walking away from it, instead of feeding some kind of negative cycle that's trying to drain your energy. It's so much easier said than done, and I know that we're all constantly going to be doing this anyways, but try your best not to compare yourself to other people. And this is why. Yes, you can get inspiration from other people, you can learn from other people, those are beautiful things. However, you waste so much amazing energy by putting yourself down because you think that you're not like someone else, you don't look like someone else, you don't do things like someone else, when in reality, remember that you came into this world with all of the tools, with everything that you need to build your own dream life, to live a successful, healthy, happy life, whatever it might mean to you. And it looks different for different people, but you have everything that you need to live the life that you want, that's going to be satisfying and fulfilling for you. Remember that you are no better than anybody else, and you're no less than anybody else. We all have the tools that we need to build the lives that we want, and they're going to be satisfying and fulfilling to us. By putting yourself down because you don't compare to someone else, because you're not like someone else, is going to drain just all of the energy that you have to actually be working on yourself, to actually be creating the life that you want. Obviously, we're human and we're still going to do it, but try your best to snap out of it as quickly as possible, and to just remind yourself that you are enough and you have everything that you need to build the life that you want, and there's absolutely no benefit in comparing yourself to other people. And I feel like it's just like the number one thing that's just going gonna make you feel insecure, because you're never gonna be like anybody else, but no one is ever gonna be like you. And you can make such a difference and help so many people by being yourself and by sharing the experiences that you've had, and by shining your own light. It can make such an impact in the world and help so many people. And by you trying to be like someone else, it's just gonna take away all that beautiful energy that you can be applying to something actually beneficial, and it's just gonna drain away because you think that you're not as good as another person when they're probably thinking the same thing about someone else. So basically, to summarize everything up, remember that confidence is a state of mind. It's not something that you have to change on the outside. It's something that changes within first. And it's a beautiful thing, because that way you have the power and the control to be the person that you want to be. Analyze what are the things that are keeping you away from confidence, because confidence is your natural state of being. It's a healthy state of being. It's your natural state of being. It's the state that you're born in. And we go through things, and layers of insecurity start adding up, and then we practice those habits, and that's kind of the life that we start living out. But the beautiful thing is that you always have the power to change your thoughts and to change your beliefs and to form yourself into a person that you actually want to be. So instead of even trying to do things to make you feel confident, just stop doing those negative things that are keeping you away from feeling confident. Stop thinking those negative thoughts and replace them with something more positive, something more beneficial. Start analyzing your beliefs and start focusing on healthier beliefs that are in harmony with who you are. Try to have a good sense of humor and don't take things so personally, whether it's from someone else or from your own self, the thoughts that you think. Changing a belief system and the habits that you practice, it doesn't happen overnight. It might take weeks, months, maybe even years, but with consistency, you will get better and you will change your life. Don't beat yourself up if you're not acting the way you necessarily want to be acting. Instead, love yourself enough and allow yourself to be you and be free and act the way you need to act in the moment, while knowing that you are on the path to becoming the person that you want. But remember that it's all in your head, and you have the power and you have the control to change the way that you view yourself and you view the world around you. And by changing that, you're going to change the way other people view you as well, and just everything around you will start changing for the better. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, then give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love for you to be a part of the team and a part of this journey, so don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.